What's going on, guys? My name is Brennan and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a one-year review on the M1 Finance brokerage or app, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to be giving you some of the pros and cons, but basically I'm going to be telling you why I believe it is the best app for new dividend investors. Now, before I get started, I greatly appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. If not, it's all good. I mean, it just helps me out, but also hit that notification bell so you stay up to date with all my videos. Leave a like, it helps my channel as well. Now, looking at my M1 Finance account here, you can see that I started it and opened the actual brokerage account here on September 17, 2019. So this video is a little overdue, about a month overdue, but no biggie. Sorry I haven't posted and I missed a week last week just because of the fact that I just moved out of my dorms into an apartment with my friend. Gonna be moving into a house next month, but I'll do a future video talking about that. But yeah, like I said, September 17, 2019 is when I made my first deposit into this account. Now, for those of you guys that didn't know, I used to invest on Robinhood. That's where I did all my dividend investing. I had my stocks in there, and I did it because it was a basic app for beginners. Very easy to use, very simple interface. I liked it, but eventually I got oh my gosh, I'm hiccuping, my bad, I'm sorry. I got a little tired of the hands-on approach that Robinhood had where I had to constantly go in and buy stocks. That's part of the reason I moved over to M1 Finance, because I wanted to be more hands-off with my investing. I found myself on my phone all the time, and with M1 Finance, I don't find myself doing that. Now, I'll go through the pros first so I don't show you away with the cons, but basically looking at the interface, that's one of the things I really like. First things first, they have the current value of your portfolio, obviously simple here. They have the gain here. The gain encompasses market gains and earned dividends. So that's one of the things I really like, that they separate how much you made in dividends on the account. Now, in Robinhood, it doesn't tell you how much you made in dividends versus how much you made in capital gains, but this actually shows you the difference between gains and dividends, so I can keep track of how much I'm making in dividends. So that's the first thing. So as you can see here, currently I'm up $699 right now. The chart here, nothing too crazy, pretty simple to understand. The chart goes up as I put money in and my investments go up. It goes down as the portfolio goes down. But yeah, nothing too crazy there. The colors are nice. Now, all the features kind of flow into one another. So this next feature I'm gonna talk about is the auto invest feature. This is the biggest thing that we have on M1 Finance that a lot of people love. The auto invest feature, if I click on this right here, you can just kind of read it, but I'll just keep it up. I'll explain it. So with the auto invest feature, basically invest any money that I have in my account as long as it hits above $25. So the second $25 hits, the next day it'll actually take that $25 and invest it directly into my account without me having to even touch my phone. So let's say I forgot about my account, left on an autopilot for 2 years. Those dividends I'd be receiving each month would automatically get invested. I won't have to touch my account, and it would basically be on autopilot. So each week I put $100 into my account. I do that on Monday, the first day of the week. Keep it simple. As soon as my 100 goes in, it takes that 100 plus whatever I have left over from dividends, these like 357 that I've received, and it takes that and automatically invests it into my account. Now, at the same time, I still do have a buy-sell option. So if I wanted to make an individual purchase, if I wanted to put $1,000 in, deposit it, and buy it on a certain day, I could do that and put however much I want. If I wanted to put it 150 and buy 150, obviously I don't have that money right now, but I could do that. I could pick stocks, individual ETFs or anything like that, and make individual purposes. But I like the auto invest feature. I can turn it off if I want to, but having it on just makes it easy for me. Another and one of my favorite features on M1 Finance is the pie allocation system here. So if you look at this right here, I would call it a pie. It kind of looks like it, a little circle, whatever you want to call it, but there's different little boxes, different little colors. And as I highlight it, you'll see that it actually highlights one on the right side. So here I'm on real estate, here I'm in consumer. And if you notice, the ones that are the larger slices here, like for example, ETFs, it's worth 23% of my portfolio. If I go to one of the smaller ones, like let's do this one, utilities, you see that it's smaller and it's worth 7% of my portfolio. So with the pie system, what I have to do is basically make sure that my portfolio equals up to a total of 100%. So this full circle equals up to 100%, and I can divide my portfolio how I'd like it. I have the different sectors here, so I say I want 23% going to my consumer stocks. And if I click into consumer, I can even go deeper and divide the percentages up into my individual stocks as well. So 23% of my money goes to my consumer slice, and then that 23% gets divided up in this extra percent amongst all these stocks. Now, you don't have to do what I did on the main page here, which I did and made the little sectors where I have ETFs, consumer. You can just make your portfolio look like this if you wanted to, with everything from Tesla, Amazon, and divide it up, make it super simple. I just choose to do it because it divides my portfolio up, looks a little more concise, and I just feel like I know what I'm doing with my money a little more. Now with this pie feature, I put that I want my portfolio, certain aspects of it being at a certain percent. So let's say healthcare is at 10%. Now if you look, it says 9.8% above it. Now what that means is that right now, my actual healthcare slice is only worth 9.8% of my portfolio, but I want it at 10%. So basically what it's gonna do is next week, when I actually go and put more money in, it's gonna put more money a little bit into the healthcare compared to, for example, finance, which is 4.4%. It's worth more than what I wanted at. The bottom's what I wanted at, of course, but it'll put more money money to what is down so that it actually just compensates and keeps my portfolio well balanced. And I think that's super critical, being that I hold 40 positions here, stocks and ETFs. I like them being balanced in the way that I want them, knowing how much percent of my portfolio is going there, so that whenever a certain stock or ETF drops, I don't feel as bad because I have certain percentages allocated to not cause my portfolio to drop as much. Now, M1 Finance, in my opinion, is pretty simple to use. It was a little complicated at first when I first got it, obviously, because I've never used it before, nor have you if you haven't used the app. So it's something to take into consideration, but everything's going to be confusing. You have to learn. You can watch videos. There's plenty of videos online, but you'll get the hang of it pretty simple. If I click into the research tab here, I can explore market news. I can look at all the stocks in the market to look at the different things you can invest in if you ever want to do this. You can divide it up into the sectors. So let's say you're like, hey, I want to invest in all technology stocks. I can go here and click on technology, and it would divide it up into all the technology stocks that I could potentially do if you're like Tesla or Microsoft, Apple, whatever you want. They have ETFs here, and then also your pies is what you've created, obviously. And they also have pre-built pies. So if you're super simple and you're like, yo, I don't want to look up stocks, you can go in here and there's already pre-made pies that you can click in if you're trying to just be a general investor, if you want to have a plan for retirement, if you want income, which is me, like dividends, or just basic stocks and bonds. There's a lot of different things here. You can go into it. I think it's pretty cool. And lastly, one of my favorite features is being able to see the company logos in the stocks here. Now, I get that that might be super simple, and you might be like, that's not a big deal. I don't know, something about being able to see the stock logos when I'm looking at them, or anything that I have, I can see it. It just is more appealing to me. Yeah, that's might be a little weird to you, but I like it. I like seeing it. If I'm invested in Apple, I want to be able to see the Apple. Yeah, but that's a lot of other brokerages don't do that, but you know, M1 Finance is cool. So yeah. Alright guys, that is about it for this 1-year review video for M1 Finance. Like I said, it is my favorite dividend investing brokerage app. I've tried a couple others, but it just works best for me. Not saying that it is the best out there, and everybody's different, but in my personal opinion, it's the best for me. I do like it. And if you haven't tried it out, you can click the link in the description to try out M1 Finance. You get $10 free to your account, so that's $10 free money. Who doesn't like free money? It's always there in the description down below. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them in the comment section. I'll be sure to hit you guys up. Whatever you guys need, or any questions about M1 Finance, help you out. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Leave a like on the video. I greatly appreciate it. And other than that, you guys have a blessed day. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.